Hello, friends. Week 2, day 3, I think. Today is all about personal development. And sometimes I think why do I have to keep looking at myself? I want to fix everything else out here. I don't want to have to fix anything about myself. And I really think that personal development is huge in growing yourself as a leader and growing your Scentsy business. Because you need to understand that you are never, ever complete. You are never, ever your mind never, ever can stop growing. You can never stop changing. You can never stop becoming a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. It cannot happen, because as human beings, we will never, ever reach perfection. I always love that when I start these videos, it's the bus time to go by my window. So if you guys ever hear that, the bus always goes by. Here it goes. Can you hear it? But anyway, sorry, that was such a sidetrack. But it's really important to understand where we are, who we are, and how we are evolving as a person, and how we are growing, and what we look like to other people, and what kind of people we are attracting. Okay? If I was to look at your Facebook or look at your life, look at the things that you're commenting or posting about, or the type of people that you're hanging out with, what would I see? Personal growth has been huge for me, because I really have looked back at where I was when I started in my Scentsy business and thought, I have grown a lot in some areas. Yesterday, I told you that it was really hard for me to understand that I was not a boss in Scentsy. I'm a leader. I am a opportunity dealer, a belief in sister. That's what I am. And so I've really had to look at myself and look at my faults and understand how those are affecting my business, and how they're affecting my leadership, how they're affecting my team, they're my family, my friends. You have to look at who you are and how that's affecting other people. And so if you are being negative, if you're always posting negativity, that's the kind of people that you're going to be attracting, because misery loves company. Negativity attracts negativity. If you look on the Facebook world right now, what is attracting negativity? There's so much of it, and we can be so overwhelmed. And you have seen probably a lot of posts on Facebook that are in the midst of COVID or whatever, let's brighten our Facebook posts with blah, blah, blah. It's because there's so much negativity out there, and there's so much drama, and society feeds off of that right now. So I'm not telling you to be fake at all. I'm telling you to be authentic. And when you're sharing your authenticity with other people, it's going to attract them, and they're going to want to become a part of your journey. When you're sharing your positivity or your positive reactions to other things, people are going to be attracted to that, and you're going to attract positive people. Here's a hard part for a lot of us to understand. And you're probably going to want to hear this twice. Stop trying to be everything for everybody. Let that sink in. Stop trying to be everything for everybody. Stop trying to get 5-star reviews from every single person. We get so caught up sometimes in being the first person. We want to be the first person that everybody needs. Like, we want to feel that important. But if you think about that, just with your kids, I am such a firm believer in equipping and not enabling. And my kids are right at a stage right now where they just want to be enabled. My girls are 9 and 10, and they're right at the cusp of age where they're going to really start to learn to do some more tasks around the house, or, for instance, laundry, or, dishes, or, like cooking different things. They would so rather have me be the person like, Mom, can you just come do this? Mom, can you just do this? But Mom, I don't want to because it's hard. And if I was the first person that they would come to it because they knew I would be like, sure, I'll just do it, I'm enabling them. I'm not equipping them. My response to them always is, I will give you the steps and I will be there to help you, but you're the one that actually has to pour the sugar in, and you're the one that actually has to flip the eggs. Like, learn how to do it. We should really have a motto above all of our houses that says, we do hard things. Because equipping people is so much harder than enabling them. Because we could just do it ourselves because we already know how to. But we had to be taught that. And so you have to stop being or desiring to be the first person for everybody. You have to start rewarding behaviors that you want to see repeated. If you have drama on your team and you feed into that drama, it's going to continue. And it's going to spiral into other drama. I've seen it. I can probably say I might have been a part of it at some time. But I can look back and see of how I have personally grown in so many areas through Scentsy. And I always think too, even in teaching, I was a teacher before I became a mom. And I look back and I think all the expectations that I had on my students and their families, and I knew nothing about that because I didn't have a family of my own, and so I didn't have that expectation. And when I look back and I think now that I'm a mom, I teach so much so differently. It's almost ironic to think about. One of the biggest thing about personal growth is this is hard. You have to give up control about what other people think about you. I wouldn't necessarily say that I am a people pleaser, but other people's opinions drastically matter to me. I don't necessarily feel like I need to be everybody's favorite, but I want you to understand how cool I am. And I want you to think that I'm cool. And when I stopped realizing that being that for everybody wasn't, number one, gonna happen, because there are so many different personalities on this team and within our organization that not everybody's going to get along. Not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody likes me. Can you guys believe that? Not everybody likes me. And you know what? You have to be okay with that. We have the term sometimes bless and release. But I also think that we have to be okay with desiring and wanting the best for everybody, without having to be friends or work alongside each other. This is a business. And even though we want to create the culture, we talked yesterday about creating a culture of community and happiness within your team and your team page. There may be some people that want to go on their own and do something in a different community, and that is okay. That's fine, because when you mature and you personally grow and you realize that this is all wanting the best for everybody. And I think that's a huge part of personal growth. I think always knowing that you have to always be learning is huge. Well, that person is really cool. Using books and podcasts are huge in personal growth. There are so many, like personal development is probably its own self section in the bookstore. There are so many tools out there to use. My favorite is John Maxwell. He loves Jesus and he loves leadership. And he is so passionate about both. And so I love reading his books, and I can just listen to his podcasts. Sometimes when I travel, I'll just pop on him. If I'm working, sometimes I'll pop on. I'm not a big reader, and so I don't know that I could rattle off tons of books to you. But I know there's a lot, and we can fill a list. If you've read some, I'd love to hear some from you. And I won't promise you that I'll read them, but I might listen to them on audiobook. That's just the truth in my life. But we have to begin to think too that part of personal development is the words and the actions that we speak. And I'm sure all of you have seen posts or something on Facebook, about like posting little notes to yourself on sticky notes or on the mirrors and posting them for little girls, that says, you are beautiful, you are enough. And there's a whole movement behind that. But when you start to tell yourself negative things, your brain starts to attract and change, and it wants to go towards that negativity. And so that's why, addiction and things of that sort become really, really strong feelings for people like that. When you do the same thing with positivity, your brain does the same thing, and it wants to attract those people that are positive. It wants to have those positive actions. It wants to have that growth. And we talked about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset last week, and that is huge in personal growth. So if you guys know me, I love Jesus first, and that's just who I am. And we don't all have to agree on that, but that's who I am, and that's kind of who I base everything on, who God is and who he was and who he is in my life. And when I think back to creation, and when God created the world, he spoke, and he spoke things into existence. He spoke the words, and then then energy was created, and things started to happen. And then he created us in his own image. And so I think to myself, I was created in an image that somebody spoke things into existence, and the power and the energy that is there. And if you don't believe the same things that I do, that's totally, that's each person's responsibility. But even if you look in different religions, there's some sort of energy or karma or something in there tied into any religion. So that is a huge part of our society. And the only way that our business can grow and be the best business is that we're constantly speaking, I don't even know if betterness is a word, but we're constantly speaking life and speaking goals and moving towards the right direction in our life. And a lot of that has to do with personal growth. We want to move towards people that are going to climb the mountain of success with us, but not only climb it with us, they're going to be pulling us. When it gets tough and we may not like it in situations, they're going to say, buck up, girl, let's go. You are better than this. And those are the type of people that we want to attract ourselves to. There's going to be so many personalities in your organization, like too many to even count. And then you add that the majority of them are going to be women. And there's going to be some that are just going to come into your organization and they're going to want to suck you dry. They're going to be those complainers about everything. Why is Scentsy doing this? I don't understand. They never think about us. I can't sell a thing. I can't recruit anybody. They're just like, their negativity literally sucks you dry. And every time you talk to them, you just are like exhausted and tired. So right now you have to prepare for that, because the reality is they're out there and it's going to happen. And you have to protect your heart and protect your mind and protect your business from those type of people, right? Because we can choose, who we sign up on our team personally. But sometimes you're just going to get those people that come into your business and there may be a shift or something in their life and they just turn into that, or you just never know. However they're going to get into your business, there's going to be those people. And so you need to be able to protect yourself and prepare yourself for when that happens, right? Because this week is all about prepare. And so I want you to be taking the time to really focus on yourself and your personal growth as you're working through this journey and through this program. So here's your homework. I want you to think about things that you could do, tangible things that you could do right now in your life to really focus on taking care of yourself. If you don't have ways to take care of yourself, how do you expect to take care of other people? I always think of the, I don't know what you call it, joy. Jesus, others, and yourself. And if one is completely drained, there's no joy. There's no joy. And so you have to learn self-care and learn how to take care of yourself. Learn how to take care of your family and your friends the best way that you can. And so I want you to comment below. And today there's not going to be a lot of homework. It's just going to be more conversational and commenting in the posts. If there's any books that you've read that you really love, that you think have been so great in personal growth, you feel welcome to share. Comment with those. But also tell us, what are some things that you are doing in your life that you feel is really helping your personal growth in your business and taking care of yourself in your business and even outside of your business too. You know what? Sometimes I just go and treat myself to a pedicure. Or sometimes I just need a day of shopping. Those can be little things, but they're taking care of myself. Sometimes I just need to shut the doors and ignore what's going on because I know that I need to focus on what is going on in my business. And so that's prioritizing too. We talked about that in the past too. Prioritizing what is important too. So, homework. What are you going to do for your self-care? Comment. And how are you taking care of yourself? If there's anything that you're going to see in your personal growth, and you're going to comment with that. And like I said, today's more about realizing where you are and maybe realizing that you're not doing the best that you can. and this is something that like I'm constantly thinking about in my business and in myself. And, it can even boil down to like the simplest things of, eating right. That is like one of the biggest things that I struggle with. Obviously, I'm not a little girl. And so taking care of myself in that way too, and making that a priority in my life, it sometimes gets pushed back. And there's other things that I have to do too. And not saying that has to be the number one priority, but like we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to personally grow in order to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Because I can tell you, you're not going to get to the top of Scentsy. You're not going to get your big why if you are that negative, condescending, complaining person. Let me leave you with this. There was a big shift in my mindset when I really started to trust Scentsy 100%. And I don't know that I say that I don't trust people easily. Like I probably weigh on the side of like, I just trust people a lot. But when it comes to my family's finances and our main income with Scentsy, it's really hard to see Scentsy make decisions that I think aren't right or that I think might affect my business. When I started to really realize that 100% I am in this, I am in Scentsy, and I started to not look at the changes that they're making and complaining. Like, why are they doing this? This doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna work my business like this, blah, 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 blah. Any of the little changes that they would make. And there's always changes. Scentsy is always evolving. When I started to realize I was 100% for this company, that I was all in, my outlook changed. And there was a shift in my business that I was like, you know what? Like, they have got my back. Every decision that they are making it's never to hurt me. It is always to improve my business and to become better and bigger. And so when I 100% said I'm all in, it was like this light bulb turned on of like, ding, we got you, girl. And so I want to make sure that I'm implementing that into you guys very early on. Be all in. Know that this company has the best for you. Don't accept any negativity out there. Always be authentic and always see the positive in every circumstance. See you guys.